Welcome back. Right, so in this video my whole intention is to try to zero my rifle a little bit further away. It's zeroed at the moment to about 20 yards. My whole entire goal is to start shooting rabbits. Now 20 yards isn't very far when it comes to rabbits from what I can understand. Massive shout out to Cornwall Pest Management for letting me use their farm today. And I've got myself a rangefinder. It's an old school rangefinder, the rangefinder 3000. And yeah, this is 100 meters, sorry, this is 100 foot, which is 33.33 yards. Yesterday when I went ratting, there was a couple of rats that popped their heads out, and they shouldn't have been a very difficult shot, but I missed both times, which was really weird considering the day before I was hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. So I put a little target up and I aimed for the ball every time. Now the pellets were all over the place, so I think either the barrel's dirty or the pellets were duff. So I'm going to try some different pellets today. I'm going to mess around with different types of pellets. And the gun that I'm using is my MP02. I'm not going to bother even attempting to do a review of this gun, purely because I've seen so many videos where the reviews are bang on. And as a beginner, as somebody as fresh into this whole entire hobby, sport, game as me, that it would be pointless for me to try to explain. But from a beginner's perspective, price point was bang on, ease of use, bang on, massive shot count, made in Turkey, beautiful stock, shoulders well for me, the sights are AGS, very analog. This rifle, since I've got it, has been incredibly accurate. It's grouped really well and it's been very consistent. So yesterday, for the pellets to be all over the show was it's out of character for this, which is the reason I'm doing this today in this gloomy ass weather. It's not very nice today, to be honest. So I'm going to set this up as a range. I'm going to take my rangefinder 3000 and measure myself a distance. Let's have a little look here. Right, so as you can see now, I've set myself up with quite a tidy little range here. So the rangefinder 3000 is marked at 20 meters with the first target and 30 meters with the second target. That's my goal. So the pellets I used yesterday, well, the reason I thought they were going to be all right is because I'd also been using a few days before, and for zeroing this rifle the first time, I used these, which are the same brand, they're the same weight and everything, but the only difference is these are domed. Now, I'm going to try the domed ones and see how we get on with that. Then I'm going to try these, which are the Bisley Pest Control, which I think I'll probably be favouring because these seem to be working quite well on the rats the other day. But I'm going to figure out which ones are better for me through that gun over the distance of 30 meters. I've also got some of these as well, but these were a gift and they're bloody expensive. Apparently they're phenomenal. So I might give these a go in a bit as well and see how they all match up. But really all I want to do is try and zero the gun at that distance, then start taking shots at the 20 meter mark. I can figure out how off the pellets are. Is that right? I think that's what I've got to do. I think that makes sense. It makes sense to me, but we'll see anyway. Right, so I've set the GoPro up. Hopefully I don't hit it. So this is the David Nickerson Magnum Dome. I'm going to go with these first. Now I'm hoping these work because they're cheap, but you never know. We'll see. So I'm going to go for the top left to see if I got anywhere close. Nope. Oh, that was me. I let that one go by accident then. See, that one went really low. See, now they're all over the place. Right. I've got plenty of air. Towards the end, they've started going all over the show, which I'm not very happy about, to be honest. Aiming for the bull every time. Right, so what I'm noticing is they're consistently low and right. Let's just go with the Bisleys now. Just trying to figure out who's best here. Right, so I'm going to go for the top right now. Very low. Incredibly low. They're consistently in the wrong place. That's a good thing. Right. Now, aside from the fact that I am definitely no expert, from a stood position on a bipod, but I don't know whether or not the scatter of them all is my fault or not, but I mean, that was the second go with the round-headed ones. That was the first go, and that was the Bisley. What I might do is get myself in a prone position and see if I can get myself a little bit steadier. I'm not an expert, I am new to this, so it could be that I'm waving all over the show. So let's get the ground sheet down, lay down, and I'll try the Bisley pest control again, and we'll just take it from there. Just have a prat about now. I think I prefer shooting from down here. It's a lot more stable and it feels a bit more army, doesn't it? Right, so I've moved the sights, I've moved the targets now. The fresh ones are at the top. So the top left is the Bisley Pest Control. Already a lot more stable. Okay, so from a prone position, there seems to still be all over the show a little bit, but I can sort of see them going where they're supposed to go. Okay, so that was the Bisley Pest Control, and these are the cheaper ones. I'm gonna go for the right hand target now. Okay. That one really did fly the wrong way. I've got no idea why. I mean, that was bang on the ball and it flew very high. That was, I don't know what was going on there, that was a dodgy pellet, I think. Not too far off. Okay, again, I'm no expert, but I was a lot more steady that time. Can't figure out why everything's all over the place the way that it is. I think maybe my barrel needs cleaning. I've put a few hundred pellets through this now. It's got plenty of air in it. On the off chance, I'm going to try these, the Hades Diablo. Apparently they're awesome, so it would just be my luck that this gun absolutely loves them. The most expensive pellets ever. So I'm going to go for the top-est. You are absolutely kidding me. So from a beginner's perspective, as always, the Hades Diablo, I hope I got that on video. That's at 30 yards. That was what I believe they call pellet on pellet for most of the shots. Let me take some shots on a different target a second. Let me just go for the bottom, the center bottom center. 1, 2, 3. That last one, I rushed that. So it would appear that my gun absolutely loves these Diablo, these Hades by JSB Match, which I do believe are really fucking expensive. But with that said though, if I'm using them to hunt and I want to make sure that what I hit I'm going to kill, because I'm not an arsehole. I want to shoot food. That's the whole point. So to shoot food, you want to shoot it dead. I don't want to piss about with it. Okay, So we're going again with the Hades Diablo. This is a matter of, I'm going to go for the bull on the bottom middle. So we need to come down and right. Fucking kidding me. Bull on the top right. Bull on the one below it. That one again. Using these and using these over the 30-yard distance, I've been a bit worried because I haven't been able to get any consistency. Now, although these are a lot more expensive, when it comes to shooting things consistently, but I think it's safe to say that these are definitely favoured by my gun. Tell you what, I'm going to go put this metal, I'm going to fire the rest of these off, and I'm going to put these metal, I've got some metal targets I'm going to put up there just to play about with for a minute. Then I'm going to do some 20-yard shots with the cheaper pellets and see whether or not I can actually use them for ratting still. So, the target that I put up there now, those metal targets, if I can consistently get them down, I'd say that over 30 yards, 100 foot, I'd be confident that the Hades Diablos and my NP02 are a match made in heaven, provided I can hit them consistently, because I'm not in this to try to hurt things. I'm really not. I'm in this to try to eat things. The kit that I've got is incredibly budget, and we'll talk about that in a sec. Right, here we go. Rabbit over 30 yards, Diablo Hades, JSB Diablo match, whatever they want to call them, JSB match Diablo Hades, 0.22 over 30 yards. I'm confident with that. Actually quite happy with it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the camera up at 20 yards and see whether or not these cheaper pellets do work over a shorter distance. I'm not going to change anything on the sights now because, owing to the fact that I want to hunt with this rifle, I'm happy with that. So the point now is I've gone to the 20-yard mark. I've put another target up, and I'm going to try these other pellets that aren't the Hades without touching anything on air, to see whether or not I could still use them for ratting, and what adjustments I need to make in the optic, given that it's set for 30 yards. Yeah, I know what I mean. I want to see if I can hit stuff, basically. So let's have a look. I'm going to go top left. Ooh, I say. Straight through the target, that one. Okay, so that's daylight through the target. That's interesting for me. So when it comes to ratting, so on and so forth, those Bisley pest controls, for some reason, with it set up the way it is over 20 yards, are bang on. in my opinion. Wow. I'm learning some shit today. Honestly. It's this is very eye-opening for me. I had no idea. So let's try this one. We're gonna go top right. That was a bit of a flyer, that one. Right, much less consistency with these, much less. So I think it's safe to say that over 20 yards, the Busy Pest Control will take the eye out of anything. But if you want to go ratting, if I'm going to go ratting, I can still use these over a shorter distance. I've moved the target back now. It's at 30 centimeters off 40 meters. So we'll call it 40. That's according to the Rangemaster 3000, the Rangefinder 3000. Sorry. So I'm going to go with the Diablos again because I think it's pretty conclusive that they are good for what I need them for. So I'm just going to go for a random shot a second. Let's adjust my sights because actually that's a lot further than... Right, okay. So top left. So I am 1 dot. So if I had a rabbit that far away and I move it up 1 mil dot, maybe 2. Okay, that's too high. So over 40 meters, 1 mil dot up. I believe that's what they call holdover. Let's try again. On the other side this time. 1 mil dot. I hope that got that. That's over 40 meters. This gun's incredible. That's insane. Right, so I think that's conclusive. That's brilliant. That's made my day. So over 40 meters, when I do finally get a rangefinder, I know now 40 meters, 1 mil dot, and it's on the money. It's actually, it's pissing down with rain, and that's actually made my day. So although this turned out to not be the video I was expecting to make, I was just literally just trying to figure out what was going on with my rifle yesterday. I think it turned out to be a much more beneficial video for me, so I hope it was more beneficial for somebody else. This was trial and error, nothing scientific. The Rangefinder 3000 was about as scientific as it gets, but now I know that the MP02 for a beginner who's had it for maybe 2 weeks, when it's dialed in with the right pellets, it will hit the target over 20, 30 and 40 meters. In fact, 47 meters was the furthest I actually went. This, like I said, this didn't turn out to be the video I was expecting it to be. I was expecting just to figure out a couple of things about the rifle, have a bit of a plink about. Turned out I went through all the pellets that I've got, and it actually for me turned out to be a much better video than I was planning. So thanks for joining me in this video. There's going to be a fair bit more air rifle content to start with because I'm still getting to grips with it. I'm still going to be going out hunting. I want to get on the rabbits now a little bit more. Still with the rats, still with the bits and pieces and the targets. When the weather comes back, it'll be a bit of spear fishing, just a bit of rod and line fishing. So if that's what you're into, like and subscribe. Check out some of my older videos as well. A couple of years ago, I was learning to spearfish, and if you're into spearfishing or thinking about spearfishing, go and check those videos out because they're still quite entertaining for me. But thanks for joining me in this video. See you in the next one. Take it easy. Something profound. Stay safe. Don't shoot anyone. Don't miss. Something like that. But love you lots. Take care. Bye.